What is going on, everybody? My name is SinisterPixel and welcome to another episode of Talk Fortress, an ongoing series where I give my 2 cents on subjects relating to TF2, whether that be metagame, maps, new content, or anything else. Today we're going to be talking about the Gunmettle update and how I feel it saved TF2. Now before we get too deep into this, I should probably go over what I mean by saved TF2. If you've been part of the TF2 community for the last year or so, at least, you've probably heard the term being coined around Team Fortress 2 is dead. Now, what we've got to understand is what we mean by Team Fortress 2 is dead. So I had a lot of people saying it's not dead, there's still a lot of players on it, and I can agree with that, there are a lot of players. But what I feel the term Team Fortress 2 is dead means is a lot of long-standing players, a lot of players who played this game since it was released or a few years after it was released, have kind of grown tired of the game, have kind of, gone off from the game. And the thing about Team Fortress 2 is there's always going to be a player base. Like, first of all, it's a free-to-play game, which means there's no real downsides from downloading it. Second of all, it's a first-person shooter, which is a popular genre, particularly on PC. Third, it is pretty much the first game which is slapped into your face whenever you get a Steam account. Even back when I made my Steam account in 2008, I think it was. I made it literally so I could get the orange box. So a friend wanted to gift me the orange box, I think as a birthday present. I didn't have a Steam account, I didn't really have a laptop that could play games at the time. This is back when I was a little kid, and my friends told me to get a Steam account, gifted me the orange box, and because my laptop died about a week later, I didn't actually get a chance to play it until a few years later, or not properly, not on my account anyway. I have been playing more or less since it was given to me on my Steam account. But regardless, so how did the Gunmettle update save Team Fortress 2 as I am so boldly claiming? Well, here's the thing about Team Fortress 2, the thing that threw me off a while ago, one thing you might have noticed is I actually started doing Team Fortress 2 videos a while ago and I quickly stopped them in favour of Payday 2 videos. The issue I was having at the time was there was just no real major change in the game. Team Fortress 2 was just kind of that same old, I'll jump into a game, I'll have a few rounds, I'll get bored, and I'll go off. That's when Payday 2 came along and I started playing that. It was a breath of fresh air, it felt different, it was having regular content updates, so I was never getting bored of the stuff that was there. That was something that TF2 severely lacked, was content updates. In fact, the Love and War update got me off my sort of hiatus from TF2 for a while, then I kind of quickly started getting bored of it again. But now Gunmettle has come out, and that has actually just re-sparked my interest in TF2 completely. Not only has it changed the metagame with item drops and what have you, well, at least it would have if they were allowed in competitive. I think a lot of competitive rule sets aren't actually currently allowing them, but I imagine official Team Fortress 2, competitive matchmaking probably is going to allow weapon drops to, to happen, because I personally feel like that changes up the metagame a lot, especially since, you can drop an Uber and you can pick it up, or you can make your enemy drop an Uber and you can pick up their Uber. I think that just adds a whole extra layer to the game, and I really want to see that utilised in competitive, since I think it will be great. But the main thing from Gunmettle, which has actually saved Team Fortress 2, in my opinion, is the contracts themselves. Now, I know this is something that was borrowed from Counter-Strike, but it works so well on Team Fortress 2, it certainly got me back into the game, it gave me a reason to play it. And also, it's actually encouraged me to pick up a few classes that I never really picked up before. Previously, I was a pretty bad sniper. You can ask anyone who knows me. I couldn't snipe. I couldn't snipe for shit. I picked up Team Fortress 2 again. Had a couple of sniper contracts. Well, I had one sniper contract, and just started playing around with sniper after I got a couple of sniper weapons. And it suddenly just came to me. I suddenly became a lot better at sniper, so much so that I've even off-glassed a sniper in a few lobbies that I've done. But regardless of that, I feel like the whole sense of you have a reason to play, at least twice a week it'll throw you a new contract, really, really is a good concept, especially, with the rewards you can get to it. I would never open crates previously, now I'm always excited when I get a case, even though I really don't get a lot out of them. I haven't had a stat track yet. The most valuable weapon I have is the purple sniper rifle for the sniper. Its name escapes me right now. But hey, it looks pretty, so I don't really care if it doesn't have a stat track, but it's worth quite a bit. So, it's always fun to play around with these kinds of things. And I think for a lot of other players as well, I certainly know players like Sir Crackerbulb have gotten back into TF2 because of the Gunmettle update. The contracts just provide something to do. They provide an interesting way to play, not to mention 4 new maps, 2 of which I actually find amusing. There's just so much more to do. I don't know if these maps are going to stick around after the Gunmettle campaign, because as I understand it, in Counter-Strike, after a campaign is over, the campaign maps are gone for good. Hopefully, I'd like to see Borneo and, Powerhouse stick around. Sujin, I believe, is supposed to be an arena map anyway, so I won't really miss it if I see it go. Maybe if it was actually just put in the game as an arena map, because, arena does need a bit of love. And Snowplow, I'm indifferent about. It's not the best map in the world. I think a lot of people were really just angry when it wasn't originally implemented, because it had been a while since a new map, but after playing it for a while I can kind of sort of say it's not the best map in the world. There are better maps out there. It's fun to play on, but I can kind of see why it didn't make the initial cut. But regardless, 4 new maps, you can't argue with that, even if they are going to go. And this is probably looks like it's going to be the first of many campaigns. They're probably going to introduce a lot more weapon skins, a lot more different campaigns, which spread over a number of months. And personally, I'm quite looking forward to it. It's given me a reason to play Team Fortress 2 again after I dropped it, and I believe I've been playing it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years before I'd actually dropped it. So it wasn't that long at all. I'm talking about when I initially, sort of built my PC and I started playing it. But this has really just got me back into it. And I really can't fault the Gunmettle update. It's done its job well. It's mixed up the game a lot. And it's even pushed a lot of newer players into playing Team Fortress 2, players who didn't previously enjoy it. I know I have a few friends who've been playing it a lot more recently. And I think that about sums it up, to be honest. Gunmettle update, in my opinion, has saved Team Fortress 2. Hopefully we'll see a few more updates like it. And I know I'm going to probably get a lot of hate for saying that Team Fortress 2 is... I never really said it was dead. I knew it was dying off. I knew a lot of the players who'd been there for a long time had sort of started to leave. But I never really said it was dead. But Gunmettle, I certainly think, has given it the breath of fresh air it needs. So, with that said and done, I've been SinisterPixel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.